Hey guys, I've got a review I'm really excited about today. It's a high-powered air rifle, and we're not talking the stuff of children's games here. We are talking about a air rifle capable of bringing down big game, or at least medium-sized game, which of course we're going to put to the test. Today's the unboxing. I've got a couple scopes here. I'm going to let you choose which scope to put on the rifle. And this rifle is courtesy of airgundepot.com. It's the Umarex Gauntlet 2 SL. Now, let's get right into the unboxing here. I did a lot of hunting with an air rifle when I was a kid. You know, my dad always made me eat what I shot, which I think is absolutely essential. But this one in particular is not for kids, guys. This is capable of firing a 30 caliber pellet at 1000 FPS, and that is that's pretty crazy. A lot of people that you know, maybe don't have expertise in ballistics don't fully understand the effect that a large, slow-moving object, when talking about ballistics, has on soft tissue. Now we can look at the Civil War era to see how devastating muzzle loaders were. They were big lead balls, which is basically the same principle as a pellet, and they were moving slowly as far as ballistics goes. They weren't moving what we would consider to be quickly. In fact, around like the AR-15 or the M16 that the military uses is exactly what you don't want to be hunting with. Anything small that moves very quickly does just about the least amount of damage when it comes to ballistics. So caliber is king, and this being a 30 caliber or 7.62 millimeter pellet, it's a wonkin pellet, and moving at 1000 FPS, it's pretty sure and guaranteed to do a lot of damage. We're gonna get it into the works and get it into the testing. But what I can tell you so far is it passes the #1 test, and that's the look test. It definitely looks cool. We're gonna put one of these scopes on here, either this one from Viridian, the Viridian Eon, or the Monstrum Banshee. So comment below whether you think I should put on the Viridian Eon scope or the Monstrum Banshee scope. Which should I put on this rifle? Comment below, and let's see if you pick the same scope I pick. And comment why. Now, listen carefully, those of you who thought that this is really cool and you're gonna go out and buy one. Listen carefully before you buy one. The downside, if there is a downside to this particular platform here, is the fact that you can't just pump it up like your old BB gun you used to have hunting squirrels back in the Everglades. Or maybe that was me, but anyway, you can't just pump this thing up. You have to have an air compressor, and not just an air compressor like you might have in your shop, your workshop out back, making the world's most effective edged weapons and self-defense tools, or maybe that's me. But this is not a standard air compressor. My air compressors, back there in my shop that you can hear running right now because we're making knives around the clock, are actually 300-pound limit air compressors. This air compressor is 10 times that. So you are not going to charge this bad boy on a normal air compressor. You have to get one of these specific air compressors. This one is also from airgundepot.com, and this is the Venturi RovAir. So we're gonna review this bad boy too, and I hope this works, because if it doesn't, I am out of luck with my air rifle. It doesn't work without this guy. If there was a downside to the new high-powered air rifles, I would say that this is it. So take this into account when you pick your new air rifle. As far as cool factor goes, guys, I'm going to give this a 10 out of a 10. I think it's really awesome to just be able to do new cool stuff like hunting with cutting edge technology, which is what this air rifle technology is. The fact that it's not considered a firearm opens a lot to a lot of people as well. You can have this a lot of places that you are restricted to have a firearm. I had a big issue getting this through customs, but into a third world country, but here we are, because we're going to be doing some awesome, cool stuff with this down here. And it is not restricted. It's just that, of course, everybody in customs wanted to steal it, and then everybody wanted to say that it was illegal, all like that. So you definitely have the real gray man theory in play here, reality versus perception of reality, written law versus practice law. But this opens it up for a lot of people, especially guys out there that might have a record and not be able to have allowed to own a firearm, or live in a country where firearms are restricted. Now you can hunt, right? Possibly big game. We're going to get into that. It's a whole new, beautiful new world out there. You don't have to use a bow or a crossbow anymore if you don't like those type things. This has really opened up, people that like tactical stuff, has opened up a new world of things for you guys. So definitely check this stuff out. This is the unboxing video, and now I'm gonna start putting this stuff together, research it, read up on it, set up the pump, set up the rifle, take some test shots. Finally, this particular rifle has some magazines that come with it, some cool little magazines. And I don't believe it's semi-automatic. I don't think that there are any really designated hunting super semi-automatic in that capacity. It's still kind of a technology that's coming along, but they did send me some pellets as well, and I'll show the pellets. Yeah, you just definitely have to make sure that you get yourself some pellets, and pellets are pretty much a standard thing. They haven't changed. In fact, this particular pellet that we're looking at right here is a 30 caliber version of a pellet that I used 20 years ago to be a terror in the woods. So it hasn't changed at all, the actual design of the pellet itself. It's just a lot bigger. So I will show you the size of the pellet. You guys know that the pellets we had as kids were 0.177, and this is 0.30. So it is, like I told you, a honkin' pellet. It is much bigger than any pellet that we've had as kids. And that's what allows this to be an applicable tool. Thanks for watching. Bone out.
So actually the sight-in process was very easy. I bore sighted the rifle first. Then the first couple shots I fired were right here to the right. Wanted to make sure that's where it was shooting. And then I dialed the scope left and down, hit a couple shots there, moved the scope up a bit, and then pretty much did one more final adjustment to make sure it was on, fired one final shot, and hit